the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of Tales of Arabian Nights. This game is also known as TOTAN and is very popular. It is a game that has a lot of different modes. It has 7 different modes that you play, and it kind of takes the place in ancient Baghdad. So has a genie. It's very much Aladdin-esque, and it has just a wonderful way of bringing you into the story and getting you involved. You are rescuing a princess, which is very, very stereotypical for a lot of different things. Storytelling over the years. This is basically based on a lot of the lore and things like that. So let's get started. We'll take a look at the table and kind of go over things. What you think? This table is going for $5 on the 4KP from Atgames, and it came out this week. Actually, it came out last week, I apologize. Alright, so Arabian Nights. Beautiful table. However, I think this is only 1440p, so it's not a full 4K. But when you look around the table, you'll notice it does a really good job of representing the clear ramps and rails and things like this. All of these are pretty transparent. They allow you to see what's underneath the playfield. They do a really nice job of that. The genie is super crisp and clean, has kind of a cartoon, comic book kind of aesthetic to it. During multi-ball, he will actually expand and come up out of the playfield a little bit and actually become more of a menacing figure. You have some really cool animations that take place with the pinball that turn into a fireball. Just some really cool graphic effects that take place over the top of the playfield here. As we look around the playfield, we see one thing that's a little tricky here is it's really hard to kind of tell where the slingshots are, just because they don't really have any solid definition around the edge of the slingshots here. That's something I always kind of point out. It's not really too much of a factor, and you get used to it pretty quickly, but always something to think about. Rails, these are pretty clean. They have a little bit of anti-aliasing going on. There's just a little bit of jagginess along them. But otherwise, they're really, really clean for the most part. The animated magic carpet is really good. Animations on the D&D are really good. The back glass has actually been changed ever so slightly to remove the hookah to a fruit bowl. So it is what it is. I see no problem with that. Some might argue that that's not authentic or whatever, but I have no problem with that. Easy concession to me. Alright, we'll get started. This game has incredible modes, has a wonderful atmosphere. The music is really kick butt. Sound effects kit. You're going to hear it a lot in this one. There's a little metal kicker over here that flips back and forth for the different rails. You're going to hear that clunking directly into the speaker here. It should be pretty loud on camera. So we'll get into it and see what you think. There's the spinning of the lamp sounds really, really good. The hitting of the capture balls is very crisp and very authentic. So let's get into it, see what you think.
In ancient Baghdad, a most beautiful princess was imprisoned by the evil genie Salim Bagazai.
Grab the jewel to release the prince. Great shot.
There's that big thud that I was telling you about. Some tiger loops. You will be nudging and then flipping on this.
Sinbad and the Rocks.
Shoot the left passage.
Obviously some magnetic effects there, all very well represented. Sound effects for the capture ball, as I said, are really authentic. Sound really, really good. Oh, there's actually some really cool capture mechanic here that actually pops up above the inlanes and actually captures the ball when you have it lit, and then it'll actually allow the ball to drop into the inlanes. It's a really cool feature.
You will never get her.
The lock
If you are able to complete all 7 of the modes, you start a wizard mode where you'll actually be attacked by some skeletons, and then you'll have to take on the genie himself in basically a wizard mode, multi-ball tug-of-war. It is absolutely fantastic. I was able to beat it during my live stream when I did the initial playthrough of it. I'm sorry, that was actually my Flipper Friends on Saturday mornings, now that I think about it. So if you want to see the wizard mode completed, I actually did it during that session. First time ever, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Great shot.
So there's some big scores on this one. If anything, I would say that the play is a little bit slow on here. The ball's pretty heavy, which is pretty common for Atgames, and even the Switch versions, they're pretty common. But it seems a little slow to me, so I think some of that is contributing to the really big scores that are taking place on here. It's not slow in FPS, it's slow in gameplay because of the weight of the ball. So it's certainly not anything to go against the game. I just think it makes it a little easier than it normally would be. So if that's something you're concerned about, definitely you may want to consider a Steam version, or maybe even VR once it eventually comes to Pinball FX VR, if it does in fact come there. I assume that it will. They've already announced, they already released 9 of the other Williams tables, and I would assume this one's just in line to come out. So,
Strike the genie with the multi-ball.
as far as this goes, I would say playing on a cabinet is where the genie pops up and actually becomes more menacing. Here we're going to start a multi-ball. There's where that metal cage comes up, traps the ball. Cool feature. Acquired the jewel. So here are your modes here. There's Sinbad, Alibaba, Flying Horse, Scheherazade, Flying Carpet, Cyclops, and I can't see the last one. Camel Race. So those are the 7 modes that you have to complete over the course of the game. Here's the animated fireball, where you actually throw it back at the genie to beat him. I did that very quickly, so I hope you got to see the effects of that. Usually that shot's a lot harder to get, at least on the first try, and I got it right away, so. 5 balls to the harem will get you a harem multi-ball. 6 shots to the tiger loop will get you an extra ball. Try to do that on the first ball if possible.
Go for the gold singles.
In this case, I have to hit all these yellow shots, or a yellow shot. You don't have to shoot all of them, you just have to hit one of them. So if you hit the same one multiple times, it still qualifies. This one is not, I apologize. There are some that allow you to do that, and you can hit the same one every time. This one does not. Camel Race, I know it does.
Wonderful. Amazing.
Really cool shots on the table. Like I said, this shots on this table are very unique and very different. The Williams tables in general just have a wonderful flow to them. This one is no different.
Make a wish.
So by collecting a jewel, it completes the mode for me. I don't have to go through the entire process of finishing the mode. You can do that at the bazaar. And the call-outs from the bazaar are actually really good. The guy who comes up and he'll say all kinds of cool stuff, like, take this piece of junk, things like that. It's really cool. He has a little bit of an accent, which is very cool and very obviously fits the theme very well. So
The Cyclops.
voices are all done very, very well. Obviously, Williams has the very highest of standards when it comes to voice acting and things like that. So I hit the Cyclops right in his eyeball with the ball. And now we're going to go ahead and collect the jewel. And we're making our headway right on through the game. So we've got 3 modes already completed. That's a dead flip that you'll have to get used to doing. This shot just barely makes it up there, but it does in fact finish. And so Yet the shot has to be pretty darn close. And we beat the genie for the 4th mode. And here is a hero multi-ball. So they're going to kick out. They are very precarious at first. Once I kick this ball into the skill shot, these balls kind of drop in here. They have a tendency to go right down the middle, but we're going to do our best to try to keep them on the playfield. That was trouble. So that is Harem Multi-Ball. You've seen quite a few modes. You've seen some Harem Multi-Ball. Tiger loops are literally just orbits. Pretty straightforward shot. You can do some post passes on this. You'll have to utilize your entire skill set to be able to beat the wizard, beat the genie, beat the wizard mode, not the wizard, but beat the genie in the wizard mode.
The tale of the great camel race.
Go for the gold symbols.
Alright, let's stop there and we'll do a rating. Okay, so what do I think of the Tales of Arabian Nights? Well, let me tell you. I think this is a fantastic game. This is one of the games that I fell absolutely in love with on the PlayStation Vita back in the day, playing it on Pinball Arcade, I believe it was. It's one that I loved and loved and loved. The wave of the lights after losing a ball and just the lore and the music. This game is by far one of the best Williams tables you can play. A lot of people generally put this in their top 5 for the Pinball FX. I will do the same. I'm going to put this one at a 9.5. There's not a whole lot to complain about this. Even if you get good at this and you really like it, you can go through the wizard mode multiple times and continue to have such an amazing time playing this game. The only problems that I can say about it is that yes, it plays a little slow. It's not quite as fast as the Steam or VR versions. And the VR version is not even out yet, so I assume that it's going to play just like that with the other ones. But in all reality, I mean, this is an amazing representation. You have it on a physical cabinet with true nudging. There's nothing like it. The sound effects kit really bangs, and Zen really knocked it out of the park with this one. So 9.5 for me, and I hope you guys are going to love this table. It's only $5. You can't beat the value proposition for this one. It is an absolutely fantastic table. I'll finish up this a little bit of more gameplay, and then we'll call it a quits. But definitely, whatever you do, you only need one ball for greatness. Keep plunging.